Hi everyone, we're going to do Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Volume 5, March, and it's a Huswif. I've always wanted to make one of these, so been going through my stash and I found this lovely bit of sort of double-sided. I don't know, it's from Natalie in France. Maybe, I don't know, 5 years ago she sent me a huge Happy Mail pack, and I've still got stuff that I haven't used, and I really love this colour, and I thought I could start with this. So I've sort of cut these little bits, and I thought if I have this sewn in, that's going to be a little pocket. I'm not sure what the pocket's for yet. It's one of those discover as you go kind of things, but I've decided that I will probably do a bit of machine stitching just to keep on giving my hands a rest, and when it's rolled up you'll see that's beautiful. I love that, and this is just great. This is a great bit of a background to put things on. Now when maybe it was, I don't know if I think I did. I think I showed this. Over Christmas, I was having a play and a friend had been talking about the little, they're like pocket altars. Usually they open up and you've got either a picture of Jesus or some deity that you particularly associate with. And I'd made this with, this is like wind cheater material, fleece it's called some places. But I'd made this, and it was a prototype, so I haven't quite gone further with that, but I really love it, and I thought that I would like to put it in here, somewhere like that, as my little pin holder. So I've got a little box of these sort of quilting pins, and I thought that they might look nice just in there like that. Some of those. Anyway, I'm not going to put them in just yet because I'll be sewing and I don't want to get them all stuck or get myself stuck. So that is going to go there. I've got a couple more of these bits of material that were from the one-day workshop with the Roxy girls, and I already thought that I might like to put this somehow around the outside with a button or a tie. So that's kind of a definite. This is the other piece, if you notice the other day with the book that I'm making, and I'll show a bit more of that in another video. This was the other bit of material that was attached. Actually, it's right here, I'll show you. So it was like a big, huge plum and a leaf, and I tore that off the other end of this. And I just love it. But I've decided it may not work in this project. Had some dark greens, some check, a bit of the ticking. But then I found this and thought, oh look, you know, all these colours, aside from this being a bit beige compared to the rest of the stuff, although I love it, these colours, these all go really, really well. So I'm thinking let's work out what's going to happen. So what I'll be doing is machine sewing this edge down, and then the edges here. I'm still thinking a little bit about if I'm machine stitching things, that the back is going to have lots of stitches all the way through, and I'm not sure that I want that. So I'm probably going to take this a little bit at a time. So that'll be there, and this will be here. And because this is quite padded, I'm actually not sure if I'm going to pad it out, but that already is quite bulky, and I could imagine I could still actually make a little pocket in here for things, even a little pocket. I'll get it on camera. This could actually have little pockets on as well. It could actually, it's so thick, it could just actually have needles in here as well. I'm just going to experiment while I do this. So I could have needles, and I think they're going to be safe. They're not going to poke out or poke into anything. That's that idea for that. All right, so we've got to there. So this is my nutting it out video, I think. I love that. So I'm thinking this isn't long enough. I'd like it a bit longer. And I really don't mind that if I put this here, that I might have a line of stitching across here. What else? I do want to put, okay, so this little bit is just gorgeous. But what if that was like a little scissors holder, like this? Now they could be on an angle, and I was thinking then this could have a tie that just holds it so they don't fall out, or some sort of a little strap or a flap or something. But also I was thinking with this that just imagine this is batting. It's not batting, but you'll get what I mean in a minute. So if that was like a little pocket of batting, and it was in here, and maybe the top one would have to be a little bit shorter, so the scissors, when you push them in, the scissors would go in and kind of be protected, by the tip there. Actually, this will go this way. That was upside down. Sorry, folks. So there'd be that would be protecting the tip of the scissors. Yeah, I'll do it in batting because it'll be a bit thicker and a bit more protective. Then that will be like that. So this will fold up, and then this will have something that secures it. Let me just pin some of these ideas down first, because now what I'm aware of is I might just pin that there just for where it's going to go, perhaps, although I'll move that. That's just to register. That's a place saver. All right, so I've got this lovely bit of material still that I really love. It's just gorgeous. So if this is folded up like that, and there's the scissors, then this could go like that. Oh, I love it already love it. Like that. And let's see, does that meet up? Oh yes, it does. So that would meet up there. Now now I do like this, so I don't really want to change how that looks. But like I say, I've got this issue now of if I stitch with the machine across these edges, it shows and it's obvious. And this is over there. Oh, that's a bit straighter, isn't it? But let's just see if it's like that. See how it looks when it's rolled up. Oh, I love it. I've always wanted to make one of these, so I'm happy to have a go at that. Let's just put the little scissors in just to, oh, got the pin in the way. I can sew that to this piece without it going through to there. I can sew that edge without it being a problem. Get your head around it when you're making it up on the spot, don't you? All right, so they'll be there, or something like that. This will roll up. This will roll up. So that might work. If I'm thinking I'll do bias binding or some form of edging all the way around to finish it off. Well, I might just put a line across here as well. And then, I just love this. Let's get the right side. There or there. So this doesn't even need, maybe, I don't know, just working it out as I go. This doesn't necessarily need to be, I mean, it could be attached so it doesn't, you don't lose it. But what if there was a button here or some way to join that? Because then you see a bit of this and you see a bit of this, but when you open it, you still see this, because I want to see that because I love it. So this, like this, however it works, however I'm going to end up doing it. Somehow can be stitched to that. And that's how it's going to go. Bias binding and stitching. I'm just thinking about how it's going to be at the end. That will have to be sewn on to just this. That can have a row of bias binding or ribbon or something across. That's just something else I've got to do. This can be stitched, of course, along here. And if that's the line where that finishes and it's just one line of stitching across, I know it's a bit messy for people who are perfectionists, but I like the hand built, you know. So that could even have bias binding along there, like that. I love it. I love it. It's like a little purse. I did have fun researching the on Pinterest all the different versions, and I really particularly liked the old wartime ones that the soldiers used to have. Like maybe their mother made it for them when they went away, and they had something to stitch any holes in their garments or things like that. So where am I starting? All right, the first thing is I've got to make that little patchy thing. I did have a thought during the night that this is my little needle book, and that maybe I could fit this in, because I made this on the 100-day project. So even though I could, now my skills have improved so much, I could probably improve this. I think that having two of these might just be too much, I think. But I was thinking, because I've got like so many little pages, so I think I've got to make something for here, 2 little pockets, something for here, a pocket or 2. I wasn't sure why I was making this pocket, but I realised that there's all sorts of things. These were from Christine, from Creating Craft with Christine. You know, there's things like that that you can stick in, that you've got on hand. Be nice to put this in from Rachel at the workshop. Something like that could be here or in here. Or if I end up putting some needles, this could be here. Not sure yet. I wanted to keep the integrity of this little bit of string because Rachel had put it on. However, I have to be a little bit open to maybe it doesn't work. Oh, and this is when I made this was from France, from Susanna, when she gave me a little gift pack of things when I went up to visit her. I've just embroidered over the flowers. Thanks, Susanna, from Vintage Blend Studios. Hope your back is better. All right, well, I think I've got my ideas down. I think I've got some ideas. I know I've got to get going with some bits and pieces, like I think these things can all go in later. So I've got to make that for the scissors. This is my little list off camera. Grab the materials for that. Do some stitching where the stitching's going to go. Not sure about that yet, because that's going to be behind there. Anyway, that might be the last thing I put on. Okay, all right, so what I'll do off camera is a little bit of the stitch on the machine, stitch on the machine, stitch on the machine. All right, so I'm back from the machine and I have just done a little quick stitch around all the edges just to keep the pieces together. I'm actually quite happy with this seam here on the outside. I don't mind it at all. It looks like it's intentional. For the bottom of here, I realized it's quite a frayed bit, so I've done 2 seams. Once again, the color that I've picked, you can see it's not really showing up a lot, so it's not really obvious. So I'm happy with that. So as far as at the moment the back goes, there is this little line here. I may yet embellish a little bit more, but don't forget, if this is on, and I'm not quite sure exactly where it's going to sit, it's highly likely that that's really not going to be that noticeable once you've folded it. Anyway, let's have a look at it. I still have to tie off all the edges and ends, but yes, I just wanted to get, I haven't sewn down this one side, so there's still just one little bit to go. So the pocket, I've stitched it across, stitched it down. So once again, this one has a line down through here. It may be perfectly okay because when I'm looking at it, there's this little spot. So this could be a little spot that could be a little additional bit of material or something that works like a little pocket or something like that. That's for next episode. But when I was stitching all this down, and I really am actually quite happy with it the way it is. I'll get onto the little scissors bit next time, or no, yeah, next time I think. What I was thinking was putting the scissors in, even with that there. I realised this is all wasted space, really. So I was just thinking, aside from having some little tie, like a ribbon or something to secure them there, I just thought, what if I sewed down here and sewed around here so it guides them in and gives them their own little pocket? And then they'll have that secure at the bottom, so they're not going to poke through the material. Although I just did, so I had a lot of thoughts while I was at the machine then. A lot of thoughts about maybe outlining the scissors so they've got the perfect little spot to go into, having this so that it doesn't, you know, so the scissors don't poke through. But also I was just thinking how this is kind of flapping around a bit. So if there was a line here, it wouldn't be, but I was just thinking maybe this needs a little bit of batting behind it to just, you know, just make it a little bit more secure. I mean, this outside isn't very thick. It's not super quilted or anything like that. I may cant the stitch along here. I may not. We'll wait and see. Now where we're up to, we'll let it breathe a little bit. So that's how it's going to be. But that's my thought. I may or may not come back next time and have done that. I may or may not have got a batting to put in there. Well, it's a work in progress, folks. But that's like, I can feel the scissors through here though. So I am going to have a think of that off camera till the next episode. But because I can feel the scissors through there, I'm almost thinking of 2 layers of batting for the pocket, like making the pocket inside from batting, aside from this bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just thinking, what if I have this spot here, double batting under here, and it's sewn in a way that creates 2 pockets. Now, I'm not sure if I have the scissors here. I guess we'll find out next episode. This sort of area is kind of a funny area. It's like, it would maybe, like, I don't know, a tiny little ruler or something. Something small, little picker, unpicker thing. Maybe that, something like that could fit in there. But I feel that would just keep falling out. So I'm not sure. Not at all sure. We'll have to wait and see. As I said before, I like to have these breathe a little bit and come back to it after a few days and make the next episode. February was good because I did it sort of an all-in-one. Well, I filmed it over a couple of days, but it was still an all-in-one that I didn't need to overly think about. So maybe that could go in there. And I found these from Deb from Doll's House Vintage, and I thought, oh, I have to put one of these on somewhere, because these are just so tiny, but they're also so cute. And look at this yellowy colour is going to match perfectly. The yellow. That's going to match really well. So I'm getting some good new ideas, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Working on this, working on my little book, Broxy's book from the workshop, and going to do some other things and switch it up a little bit. And so, yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.